Hello, thank you for being in a new video. Today Samsung held the presentation of the entire FE series of devices in India, but interestingly it did not make any presentation event broadcast live. So I have for you quickly the summary of what Samsung presented, but not necessarily summary of an event because I insist that no broadcast was done. Let's get started. This new series of FE devices include the Galaxy S23 FE, also Galaxy Tab S9 FE, including the basic model and the Plus model, and we also have the Galaxy Buds FE. We will be left waiting for a Galaxy Watch FE that will probably arrive in future generations. The whole series is looking to tighten up its pricing a lot, so let's start by looking at the specs of the Galaxy S23 FE, which has a very similar design to all Samsung devices. A back cover in a solid color on the front, bezels that are not very thin, let's say, but it has good resistance and good durability also through software, plus a considerably competitive photographic system. It will be available in black, purple, white and green. Its screen is 6.4 inches, offering full HD plus resolution and has AMOLED technology. In fact, to be very precise, the technology is Dynamic AMOLED 2X, which is the one Samsung uses in its high-end devices. Although in this case, it can only vary between 60 and 120 Hz in its refresh rate, unlike the high-end which can slow down to 1 Hz so as not to consume too much power when it is displaying static content. It has 3 cameras on the back. The main one will be 50 megapixels with an f1.8 aperture. Then we have a 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera with f2.2 aperture. And finally, an 8 megapixel telephoto camera with 3x optical summation and an f2.4 aperture. The front camera is 10 megapixels with f2.4 aperture as well. So neither the front camera nor the telephoto camera have very bright lenses, so at night we might have some complications. But fortunately, the front camera will certainly have considerably large pixels to capture lighting well. The battery will be 4,500 milliamps, so this is where we also see a small cutback. It's not an overly large device though, so it would more or less be equivalent. It supports 25-watt charging, but the charger will not come included in the box. The good news is that it does have wireless charging and it also has reversible wireless charging. Two aspects that will undoubtedly be able to distance it much further from the Galaxy S54, with which many thought it would resemble. But I think they are very different even by the processor. The official US site reports that this device has the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor, but in other countries the Exynos 2200 version is also available. So we will have to wait to know the specific processor that will arrive in our countries. In Mexico, there is still no official information. In Spain, it simply says powerful 4nm processor, so I'm pretty sure it will be the Exynos. In Argentina, it also says powerful 4nm processor, clearly suggesting that it is an Exynos. But I insist that it will be better to wait for the official announcement in each region to know which processor model is available. They come configurations of 8 GB of RAM and 128 or 256 GB of storage. It arrives with Android 13 and Samsung's excellent update policy, which will apparently help the device reach Android 17, and unsurprisingly, it also includes IP68 certification, so it's definitely a very good alternative for anyone looking for a Samsung device that has some high-end overtones, but at a much tighter price point. Now let me let you know the specs of the Galaxy Tab S9 and S9 Plus FE. The main difference will be that they will not integrate AMOLED screens like the Tab S9, but it will be an LCD screen. We are talking about screens of 10.9 and 12.4 inches respectively, with a refresh rate that reaches up to 90 Hz. Here again is another of the sections that we have seen that is a little more trimmed. The camera will be 8 megapixels on both models. However, the Plus model also has an ultra-wide camera which is also 8 megapixels, but in this case then we have 2 cameras on the back cover, while on the front in both cases we have 12 megapixel cameras with an ultra-wide lens. The processor is the Exynos 1380. That is the same processor that is used in the Galaxy A54. It is confirmed here that there will only be one edition with this same processor. The small model will start with 6 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage, although there is also a version with 8 GB of RAM and 256 GB of storage. Meanwhile, the large model starts with 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage, but there is also the 12 GB of RAM and 256 GB of storage edition. The batteries are 8,000 and 10,090 milliamps respectively, support 45-watt charging, although the charger is not included in the box. They also come with Android 13 and the same update policy. They come with stereo sound with 2 speakers by AKG. They also come with the S Pen included, although this S Pen does not come with Bluetooth, therefore it will not support gestures as the Galaxy Tab S9 Premium does. The good thing of all is that even though these tablets are looking to adjust their price, they maintain IP68 certification, so they may very well be dropped in water with absolutely nothing happening to them. And before I announce the official prices of these devices that I've told you about, let me finally tell you the specifications of the Galaxy Buds FE. They will be available in black and white colors, have a one-way sound system so they are not as advanced, but they do integrate 3 microphones for active noise cancellation. They also feature ambient sound mode just like the Galaxy Buds Premium. They are capable of giving you up to 6 hours of playback with cancellation on, or up to 8.5 hours with noise cancellation off, since as you know, this element consumes battery by having more processing. They come with Bluetooth 5.2 and also have the auto switch function that Samsung has announced throughout its Galaxy ecosystem, so that, for example, you are listening to music or watching a video or movie on your Galaxy Tab, and if you receive a call on your cell phone, it will automatically switch without you having to make any adjustments. They come with the basic SBC and AAC codecs, but also come with a scalable Samsung codec, although this does not give us 100% certainty that we are enjoying the highest quality, but hopefully they sound great. They also have SmartThings Find, so you can find them in case you lose them somewhere. So as we already anticipated, they do not support wireless charging, and that is their main shortcoming. The time has come to know the prices. The Galaxy S23 FE will be available for $599 in the United States. On-screen reference prices appear in other currencies, but remember that the prices here are not the same as there. We will have to wait for the launch in different regions to see what the adapted price will be. It is a price that certainly sounds very competitive for the specifications it is offering. The Galaxy Tab S9 FE in its most basic edition will be priced in the United States at $449. Again, on screen you are seeing the reference price in other currencies, but remember very well that the prices here are not the same as over there. And finally, the Galaxy Buds FE were announced at a price of $99. Again, you have the reference prices in other currencies. Hopefully, Samsung will soon make the announcement of all these products in Mexico and other regions so we can both know their price adjusted to our countries as well as start testing them live and direct so I can tell you all about them. So stay tuned because I will bring you unboxing, review, and many other things so you can know in depth these products and decide if you want to buy them or not. For the moment, we have reached the end of this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, you know you can tell me, and we'll see you next time.